certification for 2018. The Florida Bar Board of Legal Specialization and Education, I only get to say that a couple times, like BLSE people, established this annual award for excellence in the promotion of board certification, and the people that were on this list all deserve this award. I'm just going to go on record and say that. The award recognizes excellence and creativity by a Florida Bar board certified lawyer in advancing the public's knowledge of and reputation for board certification. And any y'all that are doing juvenile law as a living or do GAL work as pro bono know that this award this year is really special, because that cadre, everybody is getting board certified in juvenile law. And this year's recipient is Candace Brower. Candace is board certified in juvenile law and regional counsel for the Office of Criminal Conflict and Civil Regional Counsel, 1st ECA Region. The Regional Counsel of the 1st ECA Region encourages board certification, pays for the CLEs, people, offers raises to board certified lawyers, and encourages all attorneys to strive for excellence. The office promotes board certification in regular newsletters to all 124 employees of the agency, hires board certified lawyers, encourages anyone with qualifications to apply. What? I mean, what? Are you kidding me? This has got to be the gold standard. Every newsletter encourages board certification and will recognize any lawyer who becomes board certified in the agency. As we're going to do next, we're going to recognize our new board certified lawyers. Thank you. She serves on the Florida Bar Juvenile Rules Committee and is the incoming vice chair. She was appointed to serve on the Special Committee for Parent and Child Representation, and also serves on the Executive Council for the Public Interest Law section of the Florida Bar, and is a member of the statewide Dependency Court Improvement Panel. People, there are so many kids that need your help, and Candace Brower is going to help you help them, okay? She is committed to protecting the rights of those involved in juvenile dependency courts by helping to improve the system, to which she has devoted her career. It's a great pleasure to invite Ms. Candace Brower to accept the award for excellence in the promotion of board certification. Well done.
One more. Great, thank you.
I just want to thank you all so much for this. This means more to me than I could ever even say, because when I first started my career, there was no juvenile law board certification. In fact, I wanted to be a transactional lawyer when I went to law school, and of course, when I graduated law school, I took the first job I could find even remotely close, and that was as a criminal prosecutor for the 3rd Circuit of Florida, trying criminal cases. So clearly that was not where I intended to go, and I started becoming a trial lawyer. But eventually I had to eat, so I opened up my own practice and concentrated on dependency and delinquency and criminal. And then when the Office of Criminal Conflict and Civil Regional Counsel was created in 2007, I worried what it was going to do to my practice, but they needed somebody to handle all of the delinquency cases. And that's where my heart was. And I had thought about board certification, but at the time I had the qualifications to be a criminal trial board certified lawyer, but it just wasn't where my heart was. So I just kept doing what I loved, which was delinquency, dependency, and the Office of Criminal Conflict and Civil Regional Counsel created that environment where I was able to concentrate on that. And then I felt like the universe sort of rewarded me when the Florida Bar created juvenile law board certification. So I knew that that area of law was sort of created for me. At least that's what I felt like at that time. And And the added bonus was that they were grandfathering in lawyers who had been practicing 20 years or more. So I looked at how long I had been practicing and when the exam would be given, and I would have been practicing exactly 19 years, 6 months, and 24 days. So I had a decision to make at that time. Was I going to wait till the next year and be grandfathered in, or was I going to become one of the first juvenile law board certification lawyers ever in the state of Florida? Well, at the same time, I was also trying to get appointed to be regional counsel for this agency. And I knew that just being a lawyer who practiced on the front lines wasn't going to be enough for me. I really wanted to prove myself. I wanted to be with the first group of lawyers to become board certified, and I figured, I mean, how hard could it be? I've been doing delinquency and dependency for the past 8 years exclusively at the regional council. This should be a piece of cake. So, well, it turns out it was pretty hard. So it was another bar exam. It was grueling. It was the most stressful time of my life, especially since I had been also teaching lawyers who wanted to become board certified with the disclaimer that I don't even know if I'm going to pass this exam. So, but nobody had ever taken a juvenile law board certification exam. And it was so important to me. I got appointed regional counsel, and a couple of months later I had to sit for the exam, and it was so important to me because I now had 76 lawyers working for me in the place where I was just a couple of months ago. And I did not think that just being appointed regional counsel was enough, I guess, to prove myself to them. I needed this. I wanted this so bad, so I could show them that they could do what I was doing, because I was them and they were me. Being on the front lines is where I was, and I wasn't any more special than any of the 76 lawyers that agreed to devote their careers to public service like I did at that time. So passing the exam was the greatest feeling of my life, greater than taking the bar exam, and more meaningful to me. So I knew that I was going to devote my time at the regional counsel's office to letting everybody know how special they could be. And the fact that this is the second year in a row that a juvenile lawyer has received this award. Last year was Alan Brown with the Guardian Light program. Means so much because this is traditionally an area of the law where the population has been overlooked and underserved for so many years. And our agencies have created an environment for these lawyers to be able to specialize in this field, and it is so important. And to be able to join with people like the Guardian Ad Litem program, who devote their careers to juvenile law, our future board certified attorneys, our future doctors, our future lawyers, it is just so important, and I am so thankful to not only the Florida Bar for recognizing this, but of course to my family who supports me, my husband who deals with it when I travel. I have a 32 county agency now that I am traveling to every office all of the time. He rarely ever sees me. In fact, here I've got my wonderful friend who also supports me, Magistrate Kaysen, who's a dependency magistrate, who's filming for me so he can watch this when I'm done. And of course my children, who are not so much children anymore, they're almost adults, but they are juveniles I deal with every day, who test me and test my limits, but make me realize why juvenile law is so important. I'm so happy to them, and happy for them, and also for the board certification committee that has recognized this. I'm so thankful to them for recognizing how important juvenile law is, and encouraging lawyers to be the best that they can possibly be, and also giving me a way to earn the respect and trust of the lawyers who make me want to be the best I can be, and who know that because if I can do it, I know all of them can, and I'm just so thankful